Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've recorded a Cities Skylines 2 video. I have to admit I haven't played it much for a long while now, but there have been a lot of updates that have come out. I'm going to get into the state of where I think it's at later, but for now, I was having a little bit of fun in the game and thought I would just share what I'm working on right now. So I'm working on this town called Dunedin. It's actually based on the Dunedin map, which is a custom map by an author whose name I forget. I'm so sorry about that. I'll have to link it in the comments below. But I created this oceanside neighborhood, and I was gonna work on putting everything together. I've done a couple of minor things here, and I guess major if you count the road layout. This may change just a little bit depending on how I feel once I start to place certain assets that may or may not take more room than I have available between the roads, schools, and parks, things like that. So we'll see. I might need to tweak the road layout just a little bit. But I've also placed this Emerald building, a signature building. It's a tourist attraction essentially, and then this auto center as well. And then I've put together this small little apartment building area with a couple of places to park, a couple of tiny little parks, and that's also technically part of the Oceanside neighborhood as well. So, figured I would finish building out the rest of this. We'll call it a master plan neighborhood, although I don't know how masterful the plan is, as right now. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I thought I would start over here near the apartments with some additional residential. However, there is a small uh, tweak to that where I'm actually going to put in a little bit of mixed housing. I need some commercial nearby, right? So as you can see, I've got a little walking path right here. I'm just going to start to plop in a little bit of mixed housing along both sides of the road as you're pulling into the apartments. I'd like, this is a little bit of a higher density than just single family homes, which I have over here. They need places to go and to shop and things like that. So we'll go ahead and just plop in a little bit here. Let's see. We'll do like that. I like to switch up the different housing types I'm doing to just get a little more variation than just relying on the game choosing which buildings it wants to grow in. So this helps me with that. Sometimes I change it out later, but just to get started, that's kind of how I generally work with zoning things out. We'll do a little bit here, a little bit there, and see what works. So we'll do some southwest mixed use, and then right next to it, some urban promenades mixed use housing right here. Perfect. And now that's not growing in anymore as commercial demand has kind of fallen. So we'll come over here and do some, um, I think I'll do some single family homes. So coming back, we've got a couple of cul-de-sacs. We'll build these near the apartments. We'll do a little bit of European Union low density here. I'm going to skip the waterfront for now. We'll do some Chinese low density housing here and here. Southwest here. Here. And I'm just mixing it up. These may not all grow in the way I want them to, so I'll change things around here and there. But this is my general process when I'm zoning. You can see demand has fallen pretty far there as well. It'll catch up. Okay, that is good. I'm just going to turn the speed up to let things demand catch up just a little bit. I'm not going to place any industrial in this particular area. I am going to place some offices. So um, I will probably come and actually place those in over here by this auto center and closer to the main road. So we've got Sheep Lane here, and I don't even know the name of this road. Come here, road. Still don't know the name of it. It's hiding. It has no name. Literally. Interesting. Okay, anyway, I'm getting distracted over here. I'm squirreling myself. Okay, we'll place some low density office nearby. You know what, before I do that, let's actually pull over into our parks. And we're going to do a large park. I'm thinking, will a passage park fit in here? Yeah. See how far I can bring this out. You can kind of see there's a little bit of an outline of the path. There we go. This is about as wide as I can get it. We'll place that there. And that looks okay, but I don't love the grass ending and the fence ending. So I'm actually going to use Better Bulldozer to remove some of this stuff. So, gosh, if I can remember how to do this. I think it's a... No, it's a net lane, I think. Objects. No, I'm a nerd. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. There's a spawner right there. Oh, I've totally done this before and now I can't. Oh, it's because I chose everything but the correct one. Okay, so I'm actually going to get rid of this fence. I don't want it. I could expand it as well, but I really just don't want it. And then I am going to tweak the grassy area with, that's not what I want. I want this. Here we go. Grass surface. I'm just going to expand the grass surface that's already there. There we go. Good. I think that looks a little bit better. So you can come in, obviously I'm still learning how to use this plugin, but Better Bulldozer, you can actually tweak park assets, and like I don't really want these tents in here, so I could get rid of them. Obviously they're going to keep coming because I have homeless, but we can do that. I could come in and tweak and add more trees if I wanted here. I might just come back and do that later, but for now let's just continue. I was going to put in some office right around here. I just wanted a park nearby. So, low density offices, I'm going to plop these in and let them grow. Switch to Southwest style here. And then I'm probably actually going to use Find It or something like that to place another office building right here. I can't really zone that way. I don't want to zone off this street. Technically, I could also just turn off zoning, so that is an alternate option. This is another mod. I will post my mod list online. Let's do this actually. So look in the comments, you'll see my mod list. Everything I'm using here on Dunedin. Okay, we've got some office grown in, and you can see my demand is back, and everything has grown in, and for some reason stuff burnt down. That's fun. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Okay, bulldoze. Wow, my park's burnt down. That's unfortunate. Alright, I need little parks. There we go. Alright, my apartments are rebuilding, and I've got my mixed use here, and I'm just going to do a little bit more low density residential right over here. So we'll do some Chinese low density housing here. Southwest US, UK, Japanese, and Eastern European. So this is a major road, Butler Street. A lot of traffic is going to be coming in both car and pedestrian, so I actually want to reserve this for commercial, office, just, you know, stuff with mostly commercial. Stuff that's going to require a lot of foot traffic, right? So we'll reserve Butler for that. We'll also reserve Glade for that. Especially where Glade and Butler intersect, there's going to be a potential for a lot of traffic. So like right here is going to be a really good spot for some commercial. I may do some high density there. And then we've also got Hamilton Street coming in over here. So this may be another spot for some of that commercial. Maybe some parks. We'll see. Whatever strikes my fancy as I'm building. So we'll start here by, I'm actually going to keep turning off a lot of this zoning. I don't want, this plugin is a little bit, it doesn't always work super well. I don't want any, I really don't want to plop or zone at all around these major roads. So I'm just going to basically try to disable all of it. Okay, back to here. We're going to do some low density commercial. Dragon Gate, we'll throw some of that in there. USA Northeast, Binsis. Japan. USA Southwest, I'm going to take that pretty far out. And then over here, I'm actually going to delete and dezone where I put these single family houses in. And I'm going to turn this into actually more of like a high density commercial. But I want to be careful because I really don't want to grow like massive high rises. So I'm just going to start with like really small little zoned areas. Try to keep it 2x3 or 3x2, something like that. 2x4.
Liz here. Loving those harmonies. Let's keep the mojo going and queue up for the next one. Don't touch that dial.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda.
Alright, that'll kill my commercial demand for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to keep this on max speed as I keep building out. Eventually I'll come in as well, and we're going to add a couple of things. One, I love to come in and add walking paths as many places as I can. So especially like where the main road doesn't connect in some of these places, we're going to make it easier for pedestrians to walk around. So I'll come back in and finish all of that out here in a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm just going to keep adding some buildings. So I'm going to actually come over here and we're going to do some medium density residential. We're going to do some row housing.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human
Thank
psyche.
you, Professor.
I love these commercials. I wish I could turn them off. There's probably a mod for that, actually.
Interesting news from the city's export division. Sources tell us that our city has more services than we know what to do with.
And you know what that means, folks. It means we're not cutting things close enough.
Well, no. The point is we're selling it and bringing money into local
That's right.
economy.
You could almost say it's too much of a good thing.
Or we could say that we're enjoying a positive trade balance and the economy is booming. More after this.
Okay. Get some of them row houses coming in. I did some small apartment buildings here on the end of that cul-de-sac. I'm going to do the same here. Just a small apartment building. Let's do Chinese inspired small. Okay, that one will be a little bit bigger, but I'm trying to keep things from getting too tall here. This one I might get rid of. We'll see how it feels after it grows in. I do have a little bit in the distance of taller high density buildings, but they're kind of few and far between, and I'd like to keep it that way, at least in this neighborhood. There's a height ordinance here, so less than 15 stories, ideally, maybe even 10. Okay, continuing on, I have the office grown in pretty well. I'm going to fill this in with some trees. I'm going to come in over here and we're going to put in a little bit more office, low density again. Make sure I'm okay with the way this looks. I'm actually going to, once that finishes building, you know what, why wait? I can come in and move this grass over a little bit. We're going to create a new area here. There we go. Perfect. Looks a little more cohesive. Maybe I'll come in and do this over here too. We'll see. Okay. No more office demand, so I'm going to have to delay on that. Back to some commercializing. But you know what? Why don't we go ahead and put in some necessary services? So I've put in a lot of housing, but I don't really have a school anywhere. So we're going to put in an elementary school. I need something with more than a capacity of 100. This is the classic elementary school that came with the game to start. I might put that one in. Let's see what my other options are though. We've got a French with 1,000 capacity as well. This Japanese school is huge. This UK school is pretty large as well. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of this street. I told you that would happen. We're going to put in this USA Northeast Elementary School. Here, I'm going to leave room for a potential road here. We'll see. And then I also need a high school. Let's see what I'm going to do. We can put in this small high school. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do that. I'm going to put this small high school in right here, and then we'll put a road. I've been using this. I built this with the road builder. It's very simple, 2 units wide. Just got some trees in it. It's nice. Trees and grass. Okay. Now my small high school can go right here. I'm going to come in and connect a pathway. Between these two cul-de-sacs and roads, so that way people can get to the high school easier if they live right here, or the elementary school. And let's see, it has some parking. I'm debating putting in, I think I will, a little bit of parking. Let's see, what do I want to do here? It looks like if I put a road right here, I'm gonna do an alleyway. I can put in a couple of parking places. You know what? I'm gonna keep that snapping because I'm gonna put in 2 of these. There. And I'm gonna put a path right here. Switch to straight. I'll go ahead and put a crosswalk there, that's fine. And we can connect that path to the little alleyway put in. Okay, perfect. So we've got a little bit of services coming in, and these may or not be enough for this entire area. Like I said, I'm coming back to the game, so I'm kind of forgetting like how much really fills things up. We'll see. I might need to come back in more later, and if I do, that's totally fine. I can put another school or something over there. In the meantime, I would like a park. And we're going to do a large park. Excuse me. What do I want to do? Dog activity park. Yeah, that sounds great. I love dogs. And that one actually fits really well right here, so that's where I'm going to put it. Across from the school, really close to a lot of these houses, and good stuff. Okay. Now again, this is Butler Street. It is coming off of my main road that I don't know the name of, so we're going to put some more commercial here. We've got some demand for it again. I'm going to, you know what? No, I'm going to do mixed use housing because I've got both demand for, let's start with urban promenades. And this whole area is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 units, so I can go up to 5 on either side to make it even. Can go up to 4, whatever. Let's see, let's go ahead and try this. Okay, those are only going to grow 4 deep. Let's try some southwest. We'll just keep everything 4 deep. And my demand is gone, but let's just top it off with a little bit of French style. Ooh. I apparently ran out of electricity somehow. But only in this neighborhood. I'm not sure how that's happening. Hmm. There's not a lot of wind speed on this map, so these aren't going to work. Am I still trading electricity? Yeah, I am. Why would I continue to be exporting it when I need it for my own city? What is going on? There it goes. Okay. The simulation corrected itself. Wow. Yeah, this game is still... Oh my goodness. Here we go again. Still a little bit buggy, obviously, as you can tell. I'm wondering if it's the simulation or if I'm actually... No, I really haven't grown that much, though. I've got 3 entry points off of this large area. I really should not be having electricity issues here. But I am. That's interesting. The city may have to accelerate plans to build a power plant. I was ultimately going to build another one out here somewhere. Coal or something. We'll see. Hmm. Very strange. I can't think of anything else that seems like it has to be it, where I'm just having... Let's see. I would like to tap into this underground power line and bring it over to my new neighborhood. I'll put it in a transformer. Let's see where I want to put it. We'll do it right here. off of Sheep Lane. You know, I'm going to do that on the other side of this, actually. Okay, now I've got power flowing, and yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe that solved it. Okay. This building is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stories tall. Let's say 12 is the limit. I think that one is fine. Okay. And our mixed use housing here looks pretty good. We've got a little bit of commercial and residential going in. School looks like it is starting to get some use, and we're getting lots of foot traffic too. Okay, so in this area I was envisioning a little bit more of a row housing type area along the deeper parts of the roads, but again, as mentioned, I'm going to keep a lot of commercial here along Glade Street. And then we'll just mix in some parks here and there, maybe some trees, some walking paths. We'll see what works. I'm going to do some more high density commercial. I'm just going to keep the zoning a little bit small.
Keep it tuned right here, everybody. This is your host, Liz Peterson, and you're listening to the Atmospheric Piano Chum.
And now switching over to more of a low density.
Is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva
Getting things coming in, and demand is gone, not a problem. Okay, got waiting for a hearse. So obviously I'm still missing some services for Oceanside. So we've got education, but I don't really have fire and rescue. I don't have police. I don't really have any transportation done yet. I still need healthcare and death care as well. So let's start with healthcare. I'm going to put in a modern medical clinic. And that should cover this whole neighborhood if I put it in. Yeah, it does. So, I have over here this little tourist area. I actually would like the medical clinic to be pretty close to it, just in case my visitors need some quick assistance. And then I still want it easily accessible to the rest of my citizens as well. So, I'm thinking right between these two main roads off of Briarwood Street here is probably a good spot, but I'm actually going to put it over here on Pleasant Street, and at the corner of Pleasant and Daffodil. So we'll put that there. I'm going to do a crematorium also. You know what? No, let's do a church. And where can I fit this? Right here. Oh, you know what? Let's actually put it here. And we're going to add an extra graveyard. And another one. We'll just make this nice and big. It's a real old school church. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so that should help with my healthcare and my death care. I do still need fire and rescue, so we'll build a small fire station from Japan, and I'll put that near my healthcare area here. here. And we'll go ahead and do a police station as well. Small local German police station. You know what? No, let's do a Japanese one. There, since I did that for the fire station. Perfect. Okay, so I've got some services. Back off of here. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. I might actually just make this a bunch of walking paths and get rid of these roundabouts. Let's see what happens as I keep growing. Sorry, I was curious how long I've been recording this for and trying to look at that, but anyway, okay. Um, moving on. Pleasant, Briarwood. Like I told you, I'm going to do some medium density here. We're going to do row housing. I really don't like the way that row housing looks when you just like plop it in and just let it grow on its own. I'll show you what I mean. So that's why I usually come in and do small sections of it at a time. The only downside to that is depending on how you're laying it out. I think that's it for the row houses. Yeah, it is. I'm going to leave this area for a little bit of commercial. So let's see how that comes in. And let's actually throw some of that commercial I was talking about in while I'm at it. I'll probably do some more mixed use housing here alongside the row houses also. Especially along Pleasant Street with the offices here, this is going to get a decent amount of traffic, foot traffic, so we'll just keep growing these back. I'm actually going to zone this whole area. And we'll do that mixed use housing right here on Pleasant. Gonna turn off zoning here. Actually don't want it on this road at all. Okay, that's gonna take a second to grow in. And I'm gonna come in and do some high density residential. You know what, we'll do some low rent as well. I mean, there are poor folks in my town, just like anywhere else. Let's go ahead and give them a place to live. Let's say monetarily disenfranchised. Alright, let's see here. China, I don't want low rent housing again. Let's see, moving on. Okay, so here's my high density. I'm gonna do just small. Apparently that killed my demand. Those are okay, they're coming in. I am debating putting in just a little bit of industrial along here. I do have a high demand for it. The jobs are necessary. I really don't want any factories. So let me try putting in just a little bit, and I can get rid of factories if they start growing in. getting that. This map has some interesting things. It actually looks like maybe I have an invisible path or like a sheep zoner or something going on over here. Maybe that, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, hopefully that's gonna go away now. Oh, looks like we have an accident. No, just traffic. Oh, wow. There's always a lot of traffic when people first move in to the neighborhood. And since I'm growing it so quickly, we're getting a lot of that. So I don't know. This is what I was talking about. This is all the European Union medium density row housing, and I don't know. It just looks a little too samey. I prefer the look of this where it's kind of mixing things up, you know what I mean? So that's why I generally tend to lay my zoning that way. Oh, silly me. I put in apartments. There we go. I actually really like the French, I think these are, yeah, the French medium density row housing. I think those are cute. Southwest style medium density isn't bad either, but I don't really like the short ones. I like the taller ones. And then kind of same for the USA Northeast style. I like some of them, but I don't like all the look of all of these. What do you think? What's your favorite row house style in the game? Love to hear it. Let me know. All right, continuing on. Let's do 5 deep. Sure, why not? Doesn't really work for all of these. A lot of them, a lot of the assets aren't too deep. All right, there's that. And then here I was coming in with some, I mean, that's low rent. This is high density. We're just going to keep coming in with some high density housing. Intermingled. Wow, I can't talk. Can't say that word. I'll intermingle it with some medium density housing. So let's do like a little block here. And then we'll do some high density, let's say northeast style, 3 by 4, 4 by 3. Is that going to grow in? Let's find out. Small apartment buildings, Chinese style, Japanese style, small apartment buildings. And nope, that's low rent. UK style large apartment buildings. Is this going to be too tall, maybe? Let's find out. Okay, I'm going to start doing what I was saying earlier, and we're going to start laying some paths. Okay, so, no, not parks, paths. Okay, pathways, pavement path, and I'm going to bring something off of here. Switch over to curve mode. don't know why that overlapped with this building over here. That's strange. Alright, we have a path now. I'm going to connect it to these cul-de-sacs. That's good. And I will come in and put in some trees. Again with the mods. I'm going to use the line tool. I'm actually going to put them along this road here. Alright, we'll switch over to single mode, and I'm just going to plop a few of these pine trees down wherever I feel like. I don't know that oak really fit technically in New Zealand, but this map uses a lot of oak tree. I'm not on oak yet. Oops. This map uses a lot of oak trees, so I'm going to plop some of those down. And then it also uses pine. Or, I guess that was pine what I was doing. What are these, spruce? Yeah, spruce. So, I'm just giving a little bit of nature back to the city, to the neighborhood. And we're providing some shade to the walking paths as well. It's negative 13 Celsius out right now, so pretty cold, but, you know, we can pretend it's warm. I got rid of the snow because, frankly, I can't stand the look of snow in this game. Okay. I'm not going to switch from pine to spruce on the line tool. Let's go back here.
You're back on the Atmospheric Piano channel, brought to you by Liz Peterson. I want to share a funny story with you, lovely listeners.
There we go. I think that looks good.
Did you know that despite his mathematical complexity of his compositions,
And I'm actually going to take this
he left school at
walking
age 18
path
after learning how to
across the
add and
street.
subtract,
So I'm going to
before
do
learning how to
this.
multiply or divide. As a result, he found it difficult to keep
Some
track of his
90-degree
numbers.
angles.
Luckily, his compositions didn't struggle with numbers.
Local stargazers are in for a real treat tonight as the aurora borealis is expected to light up the night sky.
That's right, Jim. Don't forget to look up this evening. It promises to be quite a sight.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major
And we're
roads,
going to connect
especially
here
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone's
to
in
there
a
as
hurry to
well.
get
I have
somewhere
to delete
fast.
this bush because it
It's
likes
worth
to sit
slowing
on top
down.
of
And if you
things.
can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know.
And
I mean,
we'll
now
go
it's
ahead and
starting
add
to
in a
start
few
to
more
rain a lot
trees.
Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Let's do some oaks, actually. Singles. And some of these bad boys. There. That looks decent. Apparently I had a death wave. Okay, my neighborhood is coming right along. We started with only these apartments in the bottom right and a couple of buildings intermingled, and now we have, oh, I also had these loaded city homes back here. About, I don't know, a third of the 1 kilometer square, roughly, area built out. I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of these smokestacks, see if I can get something else to grow in that's not quite so polluty and ugly. And, you know what? I'm going to get rid of these. park right here. That's a little too big. Here, I like that. We'll do a big community park. And I'll do some parking right next to it. So that's why I saved a little bit of room there. I like this single row parking lot. Should do the trick. And I don't really want to build a road here per se, so I'm actually going to use a mod and, gosh, I can't ever remember where I put it. Here it is. No, that's not it. Gotta remember where the heck it is. Here it is. Invisible road path. There we go. Perfect. And then I can actually come in and I guess pavement surface maybe? Yeah, what is this gonna look like if I just pave this whole area? I can live with that. Okay, that's a pretty park. So we'll go with that. I'm gonna have to put in a pathway right here that just barely fits. I mean, technically they can use the park as a throughway though as well, so maybe I don't need to. Let's try this. That's not what I want. I want a pathway. Okay. This game drives me nuts how it does that. I'm gonna connect that to there, and we'll do that to there just like that. And then I'm going to fill this in with just trees and bushes. I think I'll put in a little bit of high density commercial right here. Let me turn the simulation back on. No, I want commercial. What am I doing? High density commercial. This might be too tall. Let's see. I don't think anything's too tall just yet. Growing in. How many stories is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What did I say? 12? That is a little too tall. That's way too tall. Again. Again. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change my zoning out. There. That should be okay. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab these UK large flats and just put them right here. There. Perfect. And we'll grab this and put it right here. Just trying to fill in some of the space that the zoning doesn't really let you do. So I use the eyedropper here quite a bit. Again, mod list in the comments below. I'm using a little bit, not too many Not a crazy amount of mods, but definitely using them. For honestly, like this game is playable without them, but it's still, I'm sorry to say, it still has some issues. Like it's not a perfect game by any means, but it scratches the city builder itch for the most part. And you know what? I like it, so it's fine. But the mods seriously make it so much better. I am going to put in some vegetation. You'll notice that this map, Dunedin, sorry, uses these green bushes quite a bit, so I'm just gonna keep using them myself. Let's see if I use the line tool. I'm gonna make it the distance a little smaller than 8 meters. Let's do 6 meters. Yeah, that's good. Oops, what just happened? I'm trying to use the curve tool mode, but I messed it up somehow. Not quite sure how. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that didn't turn out super well. There we go. We'll do some of those bushes. Those are pretty. And I'm actually going to do the place multiple here. And we'll put a bunch of oak trees in. I'm actually going to kind of come in and do that in a lot of this area, to be frank. I'm probably going to want to fill it in at some point, so may as well start doing a little bit now. Okay, and then we'll do some spruce in this area as well. And some pine. I like it to be fairly dense. And then I might come in and clear up part of it just so that the pathway isn't quite so covered up. There, that's good. Mostly a couple oaks are blocking it. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, that looks nice. And look at my my new neighborhood. It's like coming along really nicely now. Perfect. Okay. School is actually getting pretty full. I'm gonna add on to it. Gives me 500 capacity. That's all I'm gonna be able to add on. Looks like I will be needing a new high school. Yes, indeed. New high school for sure. And probably a new elementary school. So, like I said, I do have room over here for that. I will come in and do that here in just a moment. It looks like my industry looks okay for the most part. We'll get rid of this. And we're going to fill in this area near the park with some commercial. Low density. We'll start with EU low business. You'll notice I really rely on the marquee tool more than anything. I don't really love the fill tool, and I've kind of already explained why part of that is. I like to switch out the zoning types. And then the paint tool is just kind of stupid because honestly you can use the marquee tool just the same damn way as the paint tool. So I don't know why we even have that, but sometimes after I zone, I come back and delete because I do have to paint in a few of those cells here and there. Okay, Poplar Street, we're just gonna continue with a little bit of commercial here. But you know what, I really don't want it coming off of Pleasant, so what I'm gonna do is use my little dropper, and we're gonna see something that we like and just drop it. So, how about this? Yeah, that'll fit. Perfect. Okay. You'll notice I already have some paths going on here. One thing I really need to do is get a path over by here. So, I'm going to come off of here. I can't really go behind the church. Well, maybe I can actually. Looks like I might have some room. Yeah, I barely can make it. We are going to do this. That's too steep, but I'm not going up there. I'm just
Please
there.
exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area.
And ultimately what I'm trying to do is just connect these couple of pathways.
Caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
There, just like that. That's connected. Those are good. Yeah, that's good. I will connect this to this road here.
Liz Peterson, and you're listening to the
Just like that.
Atmospheric
Okay.
Piano Channel.
And I think this is okay here.
If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads,
Perfect.
especially during rush hour.
So again, we are totally full on the high school, which has a capacity of 500 students. I am thinking, let's go ahead and place another one. That'll be my next thing here. So, high school. I don't want a university or college. We've got French high school as an option.
The commercial district is booming.
Or a modern high school. We already did that one. USA Southwest. This is a very large school. And it won't really work because, as you can tell, I've got kind of a hill right there. This is just a little bit on the big side for this neighborhood. City High School could work.
Thanks, Jim.
Let's do that. City High School. The capacity is 800, so it's got a little bit more. We have a little bit more room to grow in case I come in here and throw a lot of oh gosh, we have this issue again over here. Go away. Okay, here we go. There's your City High School. Interestingly, it looks like it has like a road asset through it to the back of the parking lot. That's cool. And what add-ons do we have? We've got a rooftop sports park. Ooh, that's cool. And extension, so I can make the capacity a little bit bigger. Let's add the sports park. Now we've got some pickleball, tennis, whatever the heck this is up here. Looks like pickleball. Hi, sheep. And cool. That should help alleviate some of the pressure from this high school. And I'm probably going to need another elementary school also. So let's come in here and put that down, just a small one. This one will do the trick. Perfect. I'm going to do some parking. Because, hell, I'm an American, and we park everywhere we want. Let's see, I'm going to try this solar panel. No, that one won't fit. Tiny's too small. I don't know, single row's too small. I'm trying to find something that actually fits pretty well in this area. No. Yes, small parking lot looks like it'll do the trick. But I actually want to put it kind of, so I'm going to, you know what, let me place it though. Just going to turn off snapping. We're going to put it right here. And then I'll just draw an alleyway to it. Perfect. Okay. Now I should be good. Oh, this is a really small school, isn't it? Jeez. Only 190 students. That's okay, because this one still has a little bit of room to grow. It's only at 1,200 out of 1,500. And most of what I'm going to do here is going to be lower density, so I think we should be okay. Yeah, all my high density stuff is kind of on this side. So basically from the Emerald building to the left, the way we're looking at it now is going to be more of your medium and high density stuff, and then to the right is going to be all your low density stuff. So we should be okay on the school, and frankly, if I'm not, I can always plop another one of these little guys down. So what I'm going to do here is build along Pleasant and Briarwood. Let's see what our demand for commercial looks like in this area. We've got orange. It's pretty decent demand, so let's do that. We'll put some high density, just a couple of small buildings. And then we'll switch it over to low dense. Okay, there you go. Got plenty of shopping for nearby tourists to do. We've got a beautiful park really close. I've actually got a pretty good spot for some, for a pathway right here. There you go, crosswalks. So I'll just fill this in with a little bit more commercial. We'll just do some EU. Here I'm going to leave as kind of a natural space. I know we've got a lot, but it's nice to fill it in on occasion. So this whole section with maybe a little bit of light, low density commercial here is going to be, yeah, just like right here. Maybe here too. Okay, maybe here too. Okay, the rest of this. For real. For real, for real. Seriously, you guys. God. Let's see. There. Okay, this oak tree is literally... Nope, it's good. It's not technically on top of, it's just very close to. And let's do some more vegetation. We'll do some, not birch, not oak, pine. fill this bad boy in with some pine trees. Okay. Here we're going to do some mixed use housing. It's going to kill most of my demand. And surprisingly, I have a little bit of office demand again. So where does that work? I suppose right here? No, you know what? I would like a plaza right here. I don't want a playground. Will this fit? Nah, it's too big. Okay, let's do a... No. No. Yeah. Snap to road. Let's see where I want this. Yeah, let's put that right here. And I'm going to do that thing where I delete the fences around. Got ourselves a little sheep zoo here. What do I want? I want grass. I think that's grass surface too. We're gonna just drag this grass along here. You can take it over the sidewalk. It won't take over, like you can't see it underneath the sidewalk. So this just makes life a little bit easier. I'm gonna turn this whole area into just a green area. Kind of wondering if I should have been live streaming this as I'm building it live. If you guys the battery in my headphones died as I was talking. If you'd like to see, if you would have liked to have watched me do this live, let me know. It's been a while since I've live streamed. I'm happy to do it again. I don't know. Sometimes I feel the pressure, you know? So I don't always want to do it, but it is fun. Okay, cool. So all that's done. I'm just going to come in and do some low density housing just to build out the rest of this area. So we've got some EU low density here and here. We'll switch it up with some CN low density here, here, Southwest style here. That's okay how that is. UK terrace here. I probably could be using the dropper on some of these, but it's fine. UK low density semi-detached here. CN low density courtyard here. Oh. I accidentally deleted the crane. Okay. You can see my paths are getting a lot of use. This is why I build those, man. Like, if they're going to keep getting used, I love to have them there because I like watching the little dudes walking around. Little peeps. Alright, I give up. I'm going to switch to the dropper just for a minute. What am I doing? EU style. No. EE style. There we go. just a tiny little area here, and a little area here, and a little area here. So this is going to be more medium density. This is going to be single family. This is going to be more medium density. All right here. And then that'll be it. Oceanside will be more or less complete. We'll put some commercial here, kind of separating the industrial area from the residential area. But honestly, could just use some shops nearby. This is going to be low density residential. And am I missing anything? Not really. I didn't really zone that out. I'm going to use the dropper. We're going to grab this house and we're just going to duplicate it right here. So the cul-de-sac doesn't look quite so bare. And I'm going to do kind of the same thing over here. Drop that bad boy there. I was leaving this as a green area. This, I think, can be, again, with the mixed housing. I think that'll look good.
A driving advisory has been issued for the
And
area due to poor road conditions.
we're just about done.
Exercise caution if you must drive and try
UK
to stay
mixed
off the
use.
streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. Pending updates.
That high school is still full. This elementary has just a little bit of room. Here we are. Victoria Street is the last little spot that I can build. And let's see. I do have a pretty good demand for commercial, so I am going to go ahead and finish this off with a little bit more mixed use. Urban promenades can go ahead and come in on this side.
The atmospheric piano channel.
And we'll do JP mixed use right here.
And on to our main feature story.
I don't want anything growing off of this alley.
As the area is attracting more high-end stores,
Alley.
bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business.
His parking lots are full.
For the community.
This is
We're live.
goodness.
We're getting reports about a traffic accident
Just about done.
somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
This is going to be a little bit more green area. Gotta have your trees and your vegetation, right? Okay, spruce, where's my pine? Pine. Now I've got a pretty good mix of trees throughout the area. Got a pretty good mix of zoning types, uses. We've got this cool little apartment area down here. A little bit of low density commercial, or sorry, residential here. Some mixed use here. Intermingled, I can't say that word, with a bunch of commercial all around here. Some schools, some services, more green area, a lot more green area, and just a little bit of industrial and non-smoke, and some schools and stuff. We've got some cool hiking up here in the hills, and Oceanside is looking pretty freaking solid. I am not unhappy with this at all. I just saw a little heart. I heart you too. So I do still have some traffic issues. Could have been poor planning on my part. Not every city planner is perfect, and I am no exception. But it could also just need some time to sort itself out because, like I said, when you first zone, there is going to be a lot of traffic as the people move into whatever buildings just got built. So I'll keep an eye on it here in the near future, but otherwise, that was pretty much it. I took Oceanside and we turned it into something kind of cool. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. So let me just turn off the UI and what do you think? Thanks so much for watching.